Welcome back to episode 17. The cult leader walks out of Wakey Wines contemplating the questions he really wanted to ask Azar.
Yeah, he seems all right, you know. He seems kind of suited for the cameras, like he's enjoying it. I wanted to ask him how much he's getting, how much sexual attention he's getting, you know, from, you know, this little hype that he's getting, you know, from his shop, Wakey Wines. So, but I didn't want to get too personal, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't say, I was going to ask him how many women he's on the back of this hype that he's getting from his shop. But I mean, like, attention, potential fucks. Yeah, but it kind of gets a bit too personal, don't it? So I had to kind of keep it nice and sort of friendly. He spent 18 years in prison, so I didn't want to fucking push him too much, you know what I mean? Not that I'm scared, but it's like, come on.
You're never scared, are you?
Trying to go legit, you know what I mean? Because I could tell that this guy, yeah.
Go on, spit it out, lad.
I don't know.
Just as I thought.
I could tell that he was like holding it in, you know what I mean? Like he was fucking...
Here he goes again.
A criminal trying to do the, you know, trying to go on the straight path. But no, it was all right. Nice meeting him.
Now that Wakey Wines is wrapped up, Tyan decides to take the short walk to Wakefield Prison in the hope of bumping into murderers and female prison guards.
Yeah, man.
Look how excited he is at the thought of seeing female prison guards.
Whatever.
Having spent most of his adult life in his bedsit, Tyan struggles to navigate himself to Wakefield Prison, which was only a 5-minute walk from Wakey Wines.
It's down here somewhere. Mate, do you know where the prison is? Mate, excuse me. Do you know where the prison is? Wakefield Prison. Oh, it's round this way, is it? Can you cut through this alleyway? Oh, nice one. Yeah, thanks for that.
Tyan decides to share a story of when he was arrested for self-defense, a first case of its kind in the UK.
Well, yeah, when I got arrested, yeah, for assault, it was like self-defense. Well, you know, when I was in the cell for like 17 hours, it's like, first off, I started shadow boxing, you know, to try and pass time. And like, after a while, I was just so bored, there was like nothing to do in the cell, yeah. So I was like looking through that hole, you know, in the door. Like
a peeping Tom, you mean?
You know, just looking for any kind of activity, just to keep my fucking mind stimulated. It was like solitary confinement, so I wonder what these people's brains are like. You know, we're in solitary confinement for years. And they might be like in this fucking prison here. You know that Wakey Wines guy, he said he got given like £50, you know, to help him out, you know, when he got out of prison.
That's all well and good, but more importantly, keep an eye on where you are going before you get lost again.
I don't know, these guys, you know, because they say like when you go to prison, you become like a better criminal because you're around other criminals, you know, who have fucking, you know what I mean? So you become better in a way because you learn, you know what I mean? You learn from other criminals. But then they're in prison, aren't they? So it's not like it's worked out well for them, if you know what I mean. But yeah, they say you become a better criminal by going to prison. But like, you know, jails in America, you know, when you get like you get convicted and you get a criminal record, it kind of fucks you up, you know, because you can't like even get a property. You know, when you got a conviction. So you have to move in with some big fat woman, you know, who's got a load of kids. You know, because you can't even get your own place.
I have no idea what the fuck he is on about or where this conversation seems to be heading.
Wakey Wines guy, he said I think he said he first got like arrested at 14, you know, and you're just young and dumb.
After taking 45 minutes for what was supposed to be a 5-minute walk, the cult leader arrives at the entrance to Wakefield Prison. Now, where are the female prison guards?
Yeah, this looks like a prison to me. Don't know how much filming you can do around here. Murder Mansion, that's what it's called. I don't know if it's this one. There's like 2 prisons in Wakefield. I don't know if this is the main one. Just don't look like this. I want to know if this is like the main one, you know, like the one where these Ian Huntleys and these fucking Myra Hindleys are and these, you know, Harold Shipmans. It's like an iconic. I watch a lot of these, you know, murder documentaries. There's some prison staff there. But you know, if I walk in and say, is Ian Huntley in here?
I guess once they know it's Tyan Booth asking, They will invite you in and set you up in a cell next door to these murderers.
There's like a nonce wing in here. Like I say, there's 2 prisons in Wakefield. I don't know if this is the one where them, you know, the murderers like the Yorkshire Ripper or Fred and Rose West. Have you ever heard of them? This is where the action is. Look how much history is in here. Look all the deaths, all the murders, all the grapes, armed robberies. That's more interesting than a bakery. My uncle burgled a house.
He sounds like a proud nephew.
Yeah, and then he tried to get away from the police, didn't he? They were chasing him. He jumped into a river to swim to the other side to get away from the police, and he drowned, you know, in the river.
Which uncle is he talking about?
Well, my gay uncle. You'd love it. Seriously, man. You hear about like grapes in prison, but they say like it doesn't exist because you don't need to grape, because there's a load of Z in there that would voluntarily fuck you, you know, for free or without being forced or whatever.
Not sure if that's how it works in prison. Nevertheless, Tyan then contemplates if he would change sexual preference if he was to receive life in prison.
There's probably been times where, I don't know. I'd like to know though, you know that, what's her name, Lucy Letby, who killed all those kids? You know her? Well, she just got locked up for the rest of her natural life because she was a nurse and she pumped some bullshit into little babies, you know, in the hospital, and then they died. So she got natural life in prison. She's heterosexual, but because she's spending the rest of her life, she's only 30 and she looks quite nice. You know what I mean? So I'm just wondering at what point she'll turn into a lesbian.
The viewers are more curious to know at what point would Tyan Booth consider changing sexual preference if you was in her shoes.
Yeah, man. But you know that guy, what's his name? El Chapo. You know, the Mexican drug dealer. Somebody like built a tunnel, you know, under the ground, yeah. And the tunnel like led to the prison. So he started like chopping away, you know, in his cell, you know, to get through I think it was the floor, so he could go down the tunnel, you know, and escape. Someone built an actual tunnel, you know, for his escape route. That's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really interesting. But I don't think you're going to find any escape tunnels in Wakefield.
I don't know, man. They can make like knives out of toothbrushes, and then because a lot of these people are in there for a long time, for life. You've just got time to just chip away, you know, at the walls and shit. Every day, chipping away a little bit. But I don't know how thick the walls are, but I don't know. I've never tried to escape from prison. I just watched videos about it.
Yes, Tyan, the prisoners in Wakefield are currently chipping away with a spoon and toothbrush, plotting the great escape. What an absolute buffoon you are, man.
I've never really thought about like trying to escape from prison, but I've thought about what we just spoke about before. Like if I'm in there for my natural life and I know I'll never ever see Posse again in person, I'll never fuck another woman. You know, would I bang a man? How long would it take, you know, for me to get to that point? I know a guy who's doing 30 years in prison. This guy from my area. You know, he was involved in like all that silly shit. And fuck, he's got like 30 years. But he loved Posse. He was only 21 when he got locked up. And he's in prison till he's about 50, so I don't know if he's fucked a man, you know, in prison.
All this sexual talk has clearly changed Tyan's perspective on life in prison.
It's hard to say, innit? I'll probably be one of these guys who are like, I won't fuck another man, but I used to say that about certain kind of sexual activities with women, but then I was with a woman for years and years. I got bored of her, so I started to do things that I said I'd never do, you know, sexual things.
Please, save us the details. I can just imagine the shit you must have got up to.
I never used to drink alcohol, I never used to eat biscuits, but took a mad turn, man.
Only you could come up with an analogy like that. Drinking alcohol and eating biscuits being compared to changing sexual preference. I can only apologize on this plum's behalf.
Two like tourist attractions in Wakefield, Wakey Wines and Wakefield Prison. What else is it like known for, you know what I mean? But saying that last time we went to Dublin and that was just kind of overrated, you know, it was expensive. No disrespect to anyone from Dublin, but it was like expensive. They stopped selling alcohol after 10 p.m. So I was like walking around, you know, at 1 a.m. trying to find somewhere, you know, where I could buy a nice little bottle and that. So yeah, nothing special. What have I learned about the trip? Nothing.
As Tyan figures out his way back to the bus station, he walks past a man smoking a spliff.
Yeah, the black man. That someone's nice, you know. It reminds me of my childhood.
Why would a man smelling of weed remind you of your childhood?
Sitting in the back of my dad's car, you know, and he's driving around smoking weed, listening to reggae. You know, getting followed by the police because he had like insurance. Yeah, that was my fucking role model growing up. So it's no surprise that I've kind of, you know what I mean, but trying to go on the right path. Another little travel vlog, Wakey Wines in Wakefield.
That's it. Till next time. Join us to see if Tyan Booth finds his way out of Wakefield.